I feel like that's been talked about everywhere, but it's nothing new to me. I'm just used to getting up reps. I'm used to having that in my bag, and it's just whenever I got my teammates putting me in the position, I'm gonna hit the shot.
Did you feel that ignited the crowd? Because when you hit that shot, you guys never relinquished a lead.
Yeah, I definitely remember whenever I put the shot up, there was like a unanimously throughout the whole crowd, and whenever it dropped, I felt like the whole place went electric. And then it was a great couple sequences after, and that's my job, just create energy, create life, and just create the heart and soul of our team.
What is this feel of being back here right now when some had written you off after Game 3?
Got to make a statement. Got to do what we did in Game 4 and more. They're going to make adjustments. They're going to be very comfortable since they're back at home. But we got to do everything possible to make them uncomfortable. Make sure they're not getting to their spots, making sure they're not feeling that they can just walk around and just do what they want.
How much do you guys feel like you solved kind of the Celtics puzzle there and what they bring to the table?
No, I wouldn't say we solved the puzzle. I feel like we definitely got a couple pieces, but we don't have the whole set. I feel like we definitely have been able to, understand what we need to do on the defensive end, how we need to attack on the offensive end, and now it's just trying to be able to adapt. We're not going to be the same team we were on Game 4. We might not hit some of the same shots, but I know we're all going to be playing with even more heart and even more toughness throughout this games.
Are you more comfortable being back by the rim now where they have you on defense?
Of course. That's kind of been my job throughout this whole season, is protect the rim. And whenever they're trying to pull me out from outside of the rim, pull me out from under the rim, that's whenever they're getting their buckets into the paint. So what I'm trying to do is just trying to make sure that I have my defenses back, making sure we're in rotations, and making sure if we don't need to rotate, making sure we're not rotating, making sure we're just playing man, making sure we're just being square, and just playing straight up defense.
Hey Dereck, I have a different question. Can you tell us the top 3 trash talkers in the NBA right now, and if it's someone in these finals for you?
Honestly, I don't hear a lot of trash talking on the court in the finals. Top 3 is going to be hard. I put Ant Edwards up there. Of course, put Pat Bev, and let me think of a third. I'll put Luka. Luka be talking trash. Might not be in our language, but he talking trash for sure.
There is a clip of Jason Kidd in the locker room after the other night, and he said, gotta believe, why not us? Before even Game 4, you talked about that this group wasn't on the same page, and you really saw, I feel like you guys come into yourselves again, what a lot of us have seen throughout this playoffs, just how much you guys talk about that, just as a group, and, you take it one game at a time, one possession at a time.
We just take it whenever it's different film, being together in film, and just understanding the flow of the game. But even before the game, Coach Kidd said, I hope you pack your bags because we're going to Boston. And it's just having that mentality just makes you want to go in there and just do whatever it takes. We definitely been changing our idea of just playing free to playing desperate, to doing whatever we can to get a bucket, do whatever we can to get a stop. And that energy, that focus is going to get us to propel us into, transition buckets, transition steals, and just trying to get into the game that we play.
Maybe we say that Luka and Kyrie needs help from every other player of the team. How do you feel about that, and how can you help them?
We definitely need to help them. They have a lot of weight on their shoulders. They're controlling the ball majority of the time. They have majority of the points. But, no matter if it's on the offensive side or the defensive side, we're backing them up. We got to make sure that they can have their foot on their gas as much as possible, knowing that if they got to take their foot off the gas a little bit, we're going to pick it back up. There's going to be times where they get tired. There's going to be times where they're not going to bring the ball up the floor. And that's when we, as their backup, as role players, as people on the bench, just doing what we need to do to just take a little weight off their back, making sure that they're not carrying all the boats.
What was the difference in Game 4?
We were just playing like how we play. We were running, we were talking, we were playing free, and we were just trusting one another. We're getting back into the mentality of just trusting the pass, trusting the next pass, and then on the defensive side, just trusting the person behind you and trusting the person who's talking to you.
Can be also better?
Definitely can. I definitely, we're not going to say that Game 4 was our best game. Game 4 was a good game, but, we're not hanging our hats on it. It was a good game. We see what we need to do. We adjusted. And now it's just taking what we did in Game 4 and just adding a little bit more aggression into Game 5.
You know the history of teams down 0-3, but how much do you feel like this is a new series when you think about you guys were able to get back to Dallas and tie it up on your home floor?
I wouldn't say it's a new series. I say it's just, everyone just counted us out after the first 3. And, we're not going to count ourselves out. We're going to double down. We're going to put 10 toes down and make sure that we give it our all on the court, putting our heart and soul on the floor and do whatever it takes to win.
Derek, you know what this environment is like, but having experienced it now in games 1 and 2, does that help at all for you personally, knowing kind of what to expect, what coming in here tomorrow night?
I mean, it's going to be loud,
Yeah.
nasty, and you just do your best not to focus on the crowd. There's going to be a lot of people talking to you, social media, walking on the street, you're in your hotel room, you're in the hotel, you're going to hear people talking to you, you're going to hear people talking to you coming to the arena. That just comes part of the game, part of the job. You got to be able to just deal with adversity, deal with a lot of people always telling you can't, and you got to do it.
One more.
What surprised you most about this whole finals experience?
That's a hard question. Just being able to be here and learn with my family. I definitely wouldn't expect myself to be in this spot whenever I looked at the draft a year ago. It's June 15th, and the draft's a week away. And I remember last year, a week away from the draft, my heart was pumping because I didn't know what was going to happen. And now I'm playing the NBA Finals. So now it's just trying to learn as much as I can, enjoy the moment, and then just bring the energy and just make it lively in Boston.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate y'all.